Okay, you're here for the Big League Chew Show. This is bubblegum we had back when I was a kid. They still make it today. In fact, it's expanded and exploded. Back here, you're looking at all the new ones for 2026, or at least in recent times. I just picked these up today. So let's check those out first, and then we're going to get into the old ones. And we might even look at some of the knockoffs or something. Definitely have some novelty ones. You might remember when Big League Chew was like Michael Jordan. Anyway, so let's start with these, and then we'll work our way through the old ones. Yeah, I did not put these in order. I've realized over the years I do tons and tons of streams. I realize the more I prep for a video just on my own before I make the video, the more I sound like a robot. And so it's better for me just to kind of make them a little more spontaneous and not organize everything in perfect order, which is my tendency. Anyway, so I just picked these up literally like 35 minutes ago from Food Line of all places. So guys, this is your basic Big League Chew, normal, nothing, no weird flavors. And notice it's got a white background. Well, most of us that are in our 40s and 50s, we know that Big League Chew basically looks like this, and it's always looked like this. In fact, if you just look at this random row of Big League Chew and other miscellaneous pouches, it's mostly white, right? So most of your old Big League Chew, before we get too in depth here, just understand when you're out there on the market and you're looking for the old Big League Chew, 9 times out of 10 they're going to be white, pouches. Now this one is brand new, so it's kind of a throwback to what most of us are used to. But nowadays, just like everything else, it's blown up into all these different flavors and designs. So we're just going to go down the road. Here's one that you can pick up in your stores today. It's the strawberry one. I don't personally remember the first introduction of strawberry, but it did happen in the 80s. I know that. Here we have a black catcher, or Dominican catcher. Let's just stop there. Next we have a pink one that I really like the design of. Punch Out Pink Lemonade. Wish that was a boxer, actually, if it's going to be Punch Out. But here we have another, probably Dominican or something, pitcher. It could be a shortstop. We don't really know. Here we have who looks like Otani or just someone, an Asian pitcher. Maybe that really is a pitcher, actually. This is Ground Ball Grape. Now, a lot of us that's been along for this whole Big League Chew ride, we do probably remember the grape, though. Grape was introduced pretty early in the mix. I'm talking early to mid 80s. In fact, I'll just give you a little teaser. That's an old grape. So grape was one of the first flavors, besides just the regular, pink one. Okay, next we have, I don't know, is that Eric Davis? No, I don't know who this is. Curveball Cotton Candy. Great design. That blue is just lovely. You can also find this one on shelves. Maybe, is that Guerrera? I'm not really sure. I am noticing they have the same design. It says a C and a B and an L. Oh, Big League Chew. God damn it. Anyway. Looks like a blue jay to me. Okay. Oh, that was big. That was blue raspberry. That's probably a good one. Swinging sour apple. Why the hell do they make so much apple? I've never understood it. Who's buying all the apple candy? Is that everyone's first choice? I mean, I don't get it. Is there just apple flavor fans out there? It's just never going to be, like, I'll eat it, but it's never my first choice. I don't think any kid is running. In history, there's no kid that's in a gas station running for the apple flavor stuff. I've never understood it. I've never personally met, I don't know why I'm going down this rabbit hole, or rant, but I've never personally been around a soul who their favorite flavor in life, particularly in confections, is apple. My wife does like blue raspberry. She favors it. My daughter is a cotton candy, so those make sense. Grape, I do like sometimes. Lemonade, I never go for. Strawberry is usually too sweet, which is crazy coming from me. I've got a crazy sweet tooth. But apple, I won't go on and on. I've never understood, and cherry's another one, why the company's constantly making apple flavor shit. Like, who the fuck wants that? Okay, so I'm going to just get through these first. There's not many, so that's why. And then we'll get into the sealed pouches. Okay. So this is a binder I put together years ago. It was going to be one of my flagship binders when it started. I simply ran out of pages. It got messy. And then since I neglected it, I started adding shit on top of other stuff, as we all do. And now it's not very nice anymore. But anyway, I flipped over. Let's just make sure I didn't pass too much Amurol. So, okay, so here's the thing. Let's take this out. Oh, see, there was one behind it anyway. Yeah, I'm really bad about that. Yep, got a little part stuck on there. Let's be careful. Not necessarily for this one. Oh, I taped it. That's... Not sure why I did that. Okay. Excuse me, let me get this off. This is painter's tape. You can see it for yourself. It shouldn't pull any of the graphics off. Now, leaving it on for, I don't know how many years I had this right here. I don't remember why. Isn't a good idea. But we've proven we got lucky. Okay. Anyway, this is an old one. They're often dated, sometimes indirectly because of the ads. So Big League Chew is one of those that they always had something going on. That's what makes them very collectible for a lot of people. Not really for me, though. I don't geek out too much over their ads. But so just for example, hold on, let me get a date, though, first. So anyway, on most Big League Chews, you'll see a date, 1982. This is an early one, very early one. But don't be fooled, because if you read the ads, it'll tell you when it's due to send in your codes or whatever. This was for the kids to send in codes to get a shirt or whatever. I didn't even read it. Baseball Bonanza. Okay, Bonanza. Okay, so yeah, here you go. They had until, are we in focus? They had until December 31st. Now, that's the end of the year. So this basically 1985, even though it's 1984, that's the last day of the year. So see how this said 82, yet the kids had until 85. This isn't from 82. This is probably from 84. Well, one thing I learned today is, okay, so this just came out, right? I just bought it today. Well, it expires in October, basically Halloween of 2027, meaning this has a shelf life of 1.5 years. Okay, so we're going to dissect this. Now I'm going to show you the rest of them. I'm not sure why I'm getting hung up here. I found this very interesting. So if you pick this up, and you don't know shit about it, you turn on the back, you see a copyright of 82, right? You think it's from 82, but it's not. Because if you go down here and you read the contest, kids have to send in all their money and stuff by December 31st, 84. Well, that's technically 85. That's the day before 1985. So let's just say 85. Well, so 82 from 85, that's 3 years. And we learned today that the shelf life is 1.5 years. Was it 3 years back then? No way. I don't know if you ever had an old pouch of Big League Chew that was in a gas station too long, but it's they get kind of hard. I'm talking about the little noodly things. That's what she said. Okay, but anyway, so this pack, if you held a gun to my head, I would say it's not an 82. This is from 1984. Okay. Who cares? I know. I do. Okay. Okay, anyway, we're going to look at all these. You guys ready? So I'm just going to start here because these are just flat wrappers. This is a very rare one from 84. Okay, so this is one from high school era, I call it. I wasn't in high school in 1984. I was in like third or fourth grade. But this is the one most of us remember from high school. So notice they switched to a metallic or just foil style bag. Now, Big League Chews are always foil, but you don't see the foil. The foil's on the inside. But they started putting the foil on the outside. See? Shiny. This is the Sparks one. Let's get a date off this. It should be 91, I thought. Yeah, 1991. Great. So I was like in 9th grade or something. Okay. Here's one. Okay, these are the baseball ones. Now, these are not as rare as the regular ones because the baseball people... That's a pretty good one, though. The baseball card people in particular, you got to remember, in 1991, we were still in that, what we call junk wax era of baseball cards. And so a lot of us, I was part of it, were looking for investments. We thought that if we saved anything from, I'm talking about from 87 to 90, whatever, there was this understanding that if we could find any article, I'm talking about object, any article that had a baseball star and we saved it long enough, we could be millionaires. So these Big League Chews, while they are old, let's get a date. 97. But it does say 91 up here too. While they are pretty old, knocking on 30 years, 29 years. These are not rare because the baseball card people, all the little, opportunists, picked these up because they had Hall of Famers on them. But anyway, you're still going to pay about $25 a piece for them, though. That's the going rate for your basic-ass novelty ones, by the way. Something like this, just for your information, is a good $100 bill. For the grape, this is probably a $250 wrapper. I'm sorry. I swear. This isn't even a rabbit hole. This is information you need to know. So back to an earlier point. So here's the thing about Big League Chew collecting you got to understand. There are people out there who have multiple 84 grapes. The same fucking wrapper. They have multiples. Because what they did is they changed this. So I don't know how many 84... Well, it's technically... This would be called an 82 grape. But remember, I decoded it as being truly from 84. I think. Okay. But anyway, there's people possibly out there who has... I don't know how many they made, though. There could be 5 of this one, but they change this every time on different ones. Does it make sense? So they would put different ads on the same one. They would just move through the ads all year long. So they make them highly collectible for a lot of people. So I have this one in here as well. This is actually a rare one, even though it looks like a new, maybe not as cool one. No, this is actually a high school original, is what I call it. 91. Notice mine is foreign, which makes it just increases its value threefold probably. Yeah, so this is the one most of us remember in high school. They made them foil on the outside. They look like this. They still kept that 80s designer. God, what's his name? Okay, anyway. I feel like I'm getting bogged down here. So, I don't want to leave yet. Okay, do I want to leave? Okay, let's do this. Let's come back to the novelties in a minute. Let me try to stay focused. And yeah, and let's just put these out here. That is such a banger. In fact, if I was putting these in order, this is obviously the next one. This one, if you missed it, this is a foreign one from Canada. I have a Canadian 91. Wouldn't trade it for the world. And then this one would come next. And then the sports ones that you see, you do see these a lot. Okay. And by the way, I don't know why they didn't Marischal and who is that? Billy Williams? Yeah, Billy Williams and Brooks Robinson. Like, where's Mansell? Where's Mays? You know what I'm saying? Like, why did they do those guys? Okay, anyway, let's get these out. They're not in order. I did this on purpose. I didn't put them out of order on purpose. I didn't organize them before the video on purpose. Again, I don't want to sound like a robot. That tends to happen. Let's go ahead and pull these out. They are all mixed up. We're looking at Big League Chew. There's going to be some people licking their fucking chops, circling the waters like sharks. Okay. The first one is an absolute banger. The original owner put 82 on it. Oh, these are sealed. There might be some wrappers, though. I think there actually is a few wrappers I put in there. I don't know why. They need to go in my wrapper binder. And don't let me forget, I've decided we're going to look at the novelty ones. The novelty Big League shoes. Let's do that, too. Might even see some knockoffs. Let's go crazy. Okay. This is a banger. It looks faded to me. It is faded, right? Anyway, this is an 82, according to the original owner. Flip it on the back. I don't see a big ad on it. That makes it a little special, actually. So often, it's actually a little opened right there. Might need to deal with that. So often, these have a big ad on them. To me, it's kind of annoying. Like with the Bonkers I showed you the other day, I like that was Street Sharks, but on some of these ads, I think it takes away from them. Like, I don't give a shit about Baseball Bonanza. Like, I don't even know what that is. Now, if it had something cool on it, yeah. Okay, this is something we're going to put away. It's not Big League Chew. Okay, next up, we have an obviously 90s. When you see the metallic foil, that's 90s. Okay, basically, it's 90s. Strawberry, we talked about this. What was the first appearance of Strawberry? I don't know. But they're still making it today. Remember the 2006? These are the 2006s. Let's stay with it, guys. 2006s you can pick up in your stores today. I'm starting to lay out the vintage ones, but they're not in order yet. We can put them in order later. Okay. Oh, this one is 91. A lot of times when you flip over the foil ones, or you see them online, most of the foil ones like this say 91, but you've got to be a detective and if you really want the true date. On this one, we're not going to get to the bottom of it because there's no ad on it. But man, that's a great looking piece, ain't it? Okay, next up, there's a very, very rare one here. This is a smaller value size. Well, no, less money pack. But I call it value size, economy size, whatever. Pouch. Okay. In the hobby, we call these bubblegum pouches. That's another buzzword that you can put into your searches. These are not packs. We call them pouches. Okay. All right. Anyway, this was a special one. Now, this is the third time so far we've seen this cat, which makes that look so faded. Looking at the guy here. But yeah, this was a special edition one. You can see it's smaller than the others, slightly smaller. I tell you though, what's small is the weight of the candy. All right. Next up, this is going to be a vintage one as well. It says 1986 on it. I was still in grade school. Might have been 5th grade, though, by that point. Yeah, I was in 5th grade. Beautiful pack. Now, again, what makes these highly collectible for some people, not me, is there could be... This is a strawberry 86. Well, we are going to get to the bottom of it. I don't know if it's 86. It says 86, but it could be later. It can't be earlier. Okay, that's one thing. It can't be earlier. But the thing is, there could be collectors out here who has 86 strawberry in multiple ones, because this one says new pull open pouch, but they probably re-released it just normally without all this. This one also, this is secondary, says free team equipment. There is a possibility that not only is there another strawberry 86, but there could be one that says new pull open pouch without that on it. There could be one that says this, but they switched this out with a different ad. There could be some that does not have that banner at all, but still kept that. So what I'm telling you is that it's almost like genealogy. The family tree of Big League Chew is sometimes very vast. Okay, so collecting them and getting them all is almost impossible. Okay, this one is one of my favorite ones of all time that I have, because first of all, it's just fucking mint. It has an amazing 80s 7-Eleven store price sticker that I did not have. That's a rare 7-Eleven 86 price sticker. I do somewhat care about this ad more than others. Okay. This is a one we'll come back to. It's not Big League Chew per se. These are all pouches. This is all what I was telling you. These are all gum pouches. That's what we call them. Okay. But today, let's start with just Big League Chew. Okay, the next one we come to, it's vintage, but it's not 80s. It's not even 90s. So what they did is in the 2000s, basically, long story short, or, to keep it simple, they went back to OG style. They got away from the metallics, foils, or whatever, and they just went back to, back to business. They also changed companies. Okay, this one not yet. This is still Amurol. Okay, but anyway, this is a 97. Here we see a black outfielder, I guess. Oh, we see the set for life here. Oh, there you go. So when I see that, man, I can do it. So so Amurol during this time, I think I can do it. Yes. They did a promotion called Set for Life. A lot of vintage 95 to 97, usually. Bubblegum packages from Amurol have a Set for Life decal on them. Okay. And, oh, look, there's one there. Okay, so when I see that, without even reading it, I can go, oh, this is probably a 95 to 97. I think that's the range. It's definitely 97. It says it 97, but I think it actually goes back to 95. Guys, we're basically talking about a 2-year time period. Does it really matter 30 years later if I'm off by a year? It really doesn't. Okay, anyway, so yeah. Let's look at this one next because it's still Set for Life. Oh, that one is too. That one is too. I didn't even know I had these. Okay, so this one, yep, 97. What's different about it? Oh, this is the original. That's strawberry. That's watermelon. And that's where it ends for me. I don't know how many more flavors they made in 97 Set for Life. All right, so here's another thing. There's probably literally this one pouch out there that doesn't have that on it. There's probably one out there just like this that instead of Set for Life has something for an ad for a TV on it or something. I don't know. Anything, t-shirt. So as collectors, people go pretty nutso over it, making the market on Big League Chew always pretty volatile. Okay. Let's definitely keep those three together. That's cool that I have that. I don't know where I got those. Okay. Very cool. That one's pink for some reason, and those are red, just to drive us crazy. Okay, the next one we come to, and I have more to pull out. You got a minute? This one is newer. Ripken Baseball. This one expired in 2016. So remember, we learned today by looking at one that I just pulled from Food Line this morning that the shelf life on Big League Chew, at least today, is 1.5 years. So if I don't know anything else, I can, if I'm on the market, if I'm on eBay and I get something in the mail, I can look at it, flip it over. Now, they are good with dates, but what you're paying attention to is the expiration date, and then you subtract 1.5 years or thereabouts. So I reckon this is an early 2015 piece. Okay. It's got a white picture. Yeah. Nolan Ryan. I don't know. Oh, that's an old one. Look at that. Oh, this one is too. Oh, this is great. All right, so the next one. Yeah, classic Big League Chew shredded gum. Has a big ass t-shirt offer. Some people love that. I don't really love it. And we see our man again. He keeps popping up. Yeah, let's put them all together. Yeah, these are highly collectible. Oh, there you go. So look at that. I'm talking about the man with the green, with the Oakland A's hat, basically. So man, it's very faded. They're running out of ink here. We saw him back in 91, 87, or I don't think we ever got a date off that. 88 value pack. All right, anyway, back to wherever the hell we were. Oh, here we go. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful pack. Just looking at it, I know it's early 80s. Wow. Offer expires Halloween Day, 1981. Making this pack from the year 1980. Wow. They don't get much older than that at all. So that's one of the first ones. Wow. Did I know I had that? Where the hell did this come from? Okay, that's incredible. Also, I've never seen this graphic. I don't think. It might have been on a towel I saw. I don't know. This one looks pristine. It's a beautiful example. 1988 Big League Chew grape. Oh, this is what I've been trying to tell you guys. I get that the ads are cute. They're fun to collect. But when you get to one that's just basic ass, it's one of the best things you'll own in your collection, in my opinion. The damn Big League Chew is so bold. I think this is called in the the font world as university. This is what they use in college university lettering, is what I call it at least. But anyway, it's in that bold university style, jacket letter style, Big League Chew. Seeing that purple, I wish I could stick, look how mint this thing is too. I wish I could just stick this entire object in my butt. No, I'm just kidding. I just want to be with it, you know what I mean? All right, let's move on. Let's just pull these out too. I see some novelties mixed in. Thundercats, they made a Big League Chew Thundercat. Well, you're fixing to find out, motherfuckers. All right, let's focus on Big League Chew first. Okay, next up. By the way, this is our Big League Chew show. Never done this before. Never showed all my pouches until today. All right, this is a new one. It's so obvious. You can tell by the art design, if you can call it art. Looks definitely CGI or whatever. It's not AI though. It's older than that. But let's find a date. I would guess without looking at it, it's like 2016 or something. Notice some of them have punch outs. They have hangers. Hanger holes. Whatever. I see a website. Obviously, it's going to be newer than 1997, basically. Don't see a date. Oh, I see a code. I see a 17. I'm thinking that means this is from 2017. Remember, we learned the shelf life of Big League Chew, at least in today's world, is a year and a half, almost perfectly a year and a half. Meaning this isn't a 2017. This is probably, I need to know the month. It's probably a 2016. It could be the tail end of 2015. There you go. Let's move on. This one has that Ripken promotion that we saw earlier. Yes. 2017, early 17. That means this is probably going to be December of 2015. And I think we already dated this to 2015 technically. So let's keep that information in mind that our Ripken promotion, Big League Chews, are from 2015 or thereabouts. The reason we're having to keep track of that now is I know there's some new ones in this little pile right here mixed in. The next one is earlier, I guess. I don't know which date this is. Is it 13? Well, it says down here the 2011. I better stop myself. I feel myself kind of veering into a weird place with the dates. So I'm going to try to chill on deciphering the dates. Like I shouldn't have gone down this road. It's not entertaining to listen to a middle-aged man try to decipher every pack. I'll do this in my own time. But I was just trying to help you guys just see the whole gamut of it. And I do want to sort of put these in order before we go. I'm going to show you the novelty ones. We got to get through this too. But anyway. So this one's like 10 years old. There you go. This one too. This is like a 10-year-old piece. Not exactly. 9, 8, 9 in that range. So these are the Halloween ones. I'm not a fan of them. I've never been a fan of these. Stick with baseball. Or, okay, a football one every now and then is cool. Okay, next one. This one's pretty old, actually. It doesn't look old, but it is. Remember that one? Yeah, remember this one that looks like a new one, but it turned out to be a 97 Amurol? This is another one that's deceptive. It looks like a new one because of the art style, but I bet you, it's kind of Y2K. Let's see. Yeah, it's close to Y2K. So 2002. Okay, next up. This could also be a deceptive one. Well, it has that same promotion. It has the official Player's Choice bubblegum. So I guess 2002. Yep. Next up, we have a Ripken. So it's getting crazy. My board's getting crazy. We are going to organize this. I can do it quick. But we have that Ripken one. And I think we said 2015 thereabouts. Yeah, I'm seeing 17 or something, 16. Yeah, it's going to put it in that range. Okay, making this... Oh, it's not a double. One's grape, one's original, one's sour apple. Oh, God, sour apple. Can't wait to eat that. Nope. Next up, I have some that say BLC, Big League Chew, but it has that same little logo. Let's just see what they look like. Okay, it's just a different, slightly different era. I got a fun little stain there where it got punctured. Yeah, Big League Chew, if you ever puncture there's foil that you don't see on the inside that really saves them and makes them collectible, really. But if you ever puncture it or break into it, it's going to just get kind of ugly pretty fast. I have tried to clean pouches in the past. They do not clean. They do not clean. The additives in the bubble gum, you could bleach them now that I think about it, but I don't think it's going to work very well. But anyway, this is slightly newer, I would think. No, they're slightly older. Oh. All right, so this is what came before. I can do this. So, okay. So the ones we just saw are a little older than the Ripken ones, but they're the same design. Okay. And then I reckon it's the last one. Hang on a second. We can look at these. I'm starting to spin out a little bit. I'll hang in there. The last one here, yeah, has some ugly stains on it, but it's a kind of old one. Should be like a 97, I would think. It does say Ripken, though. Yeah, I'm fixing to get triggered. 2000. There you go. Whatever. All right. Before, what I want to do is I want to put these in just decade order and then look at the novelties. I have a ton of novelty ones because I collect novelty candy, technically. Now, oh, by the way, Big League Chew is novelty because it mimics chewing tobacco. You know, chewing tobacco came in pouches. And so instead of giving children in the dugout chewing tobacco, nicotine, they could pretend they're baseball players like George Brett, for example, and have a wad of bubblegum in their mouth. So Big League Chew is novelty. They came in novelty chewing tobacco pouches. Okay, so I'm going to put the phone down. I'm going to sort this. I'm going to do it in under a minute. When I'm done, I'm going to show you the range, and then I'm going to show you all the novelty ones. And I have them over here. This will give me a second to drink some shaken. And so, please, I need a minute. For multiple reasons. Okay. Step 1, move all the 2006s. Driving me nuts. Okay. 80s, one row. 90s, one row. Oh, this is going to be very, very helpful for people trying to get into collecting this shit. Big time. Mid-2020s. Year 2000. Yep. 90... Oh, that's 2000. Close enough. Okay. 90s. 2000. 90s. Told you. Get this done quick, boss. Mid-2000s. Oh, that's a decade ago. Oh, that's like a decade. Okay. Still didn't get my sippy. Okay, just look. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay. Oh, wait. Hold up. Did I already pull them out? Might have pulled them out already. Yeah, I did. Yep. All right. So this is what you're looking for. These are the good ones. These are the 80s ones, rare ones. In the 90s, they started doing foils. That's the last time I'm going to say it today. They did, before the 90s were over, they did revert back to the original white packs right before the end of the 90s. When you get to the 2000s, they started playing more with color packs. Now, they didn't go back to metallics, but they had, different color packs. They also had some that just kind of looked like the originals, but they were worse. So 80s, 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. I kind of mixed that little transition up. By the time you get here, it's like 2015 to 2017. It's thereabouts. They also made some for Halloween. They started making one for a holiday, so they chose Halloween, which is just dumb. And I just realized while I was doing this, there's 10 years apart right here. From the 15s to the 2026s that we pulled today. And I remember I have more of these in another bin that are newer, which is going to trigger me if I overthink it. Okay, I'm going to move these, and we're going to look at all the other gum pouches, including Amurol. They're basically they're Big League Chews, but they have different, fun things on them. They're literally Big League Chew, but they're just packaged different. But I've got to get this shit out of my face, okay? So give me a second. Plus I need a breather. Yeah, I did an hour-long stream yesterday, like literally over an hour. I did the Push Pop show, the dreaded Push Pop show I've been dreading for a long time. Because I knew it was going to take an hour. And cleanup was over an hour. I had to put all that back. Oh, prep was like an hour too. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's do it like this. So I want to start with just Amurol Big League Chew. So what they started doing is we're not going in order. We can't go in order. What they started doing, like all companies do with successful products, or even movie companies do, is they do offshoots and stuff. So one of the most famous ones that most people remember is the hang time. All this is, it's literally the exact same gum. Same company did both things, but they put it with Jordan on there. There's 3 of these to collect. Now, Russ, there's more than 3. Well, I'm saying as far as colors and flavors, there's 3. But, they would change little stuff on them, like I was saying with Big League Chew. There could be 30 of them out there. I'm not really sure. But there's basically 3 basic ones to collect. Beautiful. These have little to no value. Russ, what the hell are you talking about? This is Jordan. He's almost a rookie here, early in his career. I know. But remember all the little bastards from the junk wax era? Those little shit bags. Everyone bought these up thinking if they would save it long enough, they would be millionaires. They could retire at 35 or whatever. No. So now these have no value. People have entire boxes of these. A box of Jordan Hang Time bubblegum sealed perfect condition is maybe, if you're lucky, $100 bill at most. I'm not going to pay that. Anyway, so Amurol went off and made all kinds of stuff. While I'm saying this, I'm like, wait, some of this is Fleer. This one I have to show. I love it. This is the famous chicken bubblegum. Again, we're looking at pouches, guys. Listen, today's really, it's Big League Chew, but now I'm turning it into bubblegum pouch day. You can see the foil on the inside, right? This is from the same company that did all the Big League Chew, though. It's all the same shit. Okay, except this one was chicken shit shaped. Okay, moving on. Okay, so this is Amurol. I'd forgotten that. Okay, so they did for a short time make these little ones like this. Pink Panther, that's a cool one. Okay, they did a Godzilla in '88, which is pretty cool. I have two of them here because one of them is a 2-ouncer and this is a 1-ouncer. Remember, we ran into a value pack. Remember that? And my value pack is a 1.5 ouncer. And if you look at this one, it's a 1.5 ouncer. And if you look on the back of this one, it's an 88. Well, this is an 88. And when we get over here, we see werewolf shreds. Again, all this is Big League Chew. It's all Big League Chew. It's just sometimes they made them in... Well, this is Big League Chew. It's just cherry Big League Chew. Sometimes they made them in the shape of Godzilla heads. Sometimes they were in the shapes of chickens. But a lot of times it was just Big League Chew. It was just shredded. It's the same shit. It was just put into these graphically amazing packaging. My favorite one of all time is the Rambo Black Flak Bubblegum. I've talked about this one ad nauseum. It's because it's one of my favorite ones. There's two versions of it. There's technically a few more than this, though. But basically, just on the surface, there's two. There's one that says Black Flak, and then there's one that's been edited out. I noticed they changed that the style of the flash, because that was a kind of a weird shape to begin with. They also cleaned him up a little bit, and there's a few other differences. Okay, they made Garfield's stripes. Again, this is Big League Chew. It's the same stuff, same company, same product. Still shredded even. Shredded. But it's just been repackaged as a grape strips mixed in with orange fruit strips. Popeye is one of the earlier ones. It has a date of 81 on it, but you can't always trust that. These are the 1990 Bart Simpson ones. I am missing a few designs. I used to have a whole box of these, but these are just wrappers. I'm not a big Bart Simpson guy, but these are two examples. One of my favorite ones of all time is the Jams. A lot of us went down the Jams shorts phase. These are shorts. You see the pants. Now, I did not know this until like a decade ago that these came in different color shorts. I don't know how many there are. I wish I had them all. Had I been paying attention all these years, I would have had the whole set by now because I'm super into Jams still. Sometimes I even look on eBay at the actual Jam shorts. I'd love to have a pair, actually. And a swatch. I need a swatch, too. But anyway, that's cool they made a bubblegum for that. Same company. We're just looking at Amurol. We're not looking at Double Bubble yet. We're not looking at It's So Sour yet. I'm still on Big League Chew. It's just packaged different. I hope you understand that. Slush Puppy. Bubble Strips. We're skipping this one because it's not Amurol. Loud. Grow Gum. Doing a little self-preservation right now. Blow and Throw. Tie-Dye. Guys, we're in the grunge era. Remember, psychedelic was coming out. It was getting mixed in with, counterculture. These are very grungy. Skipping. Okay, we're back on Amurol. We're back on Big League Chew. Fantastic Four. Skipping over that. It's a pouch, but it's not Big League Chew. We're back on Amurol. Ninja Turtles. Butt Ugly Martians. Now, these are candy. Okay, so one thing Amurol did is they sometimes made a candy pouch, but they're in the style of Big League Chew, so I do want to show them. Nelson Major League Baseball mitts. The bubblegum looked like that, but they had, I don't know what they had. I don't know if they had different stamps on them. I don't know. All right. Now, this was just wrappers, though. Okay. There's more. Holy hell, there's more. Okay. Where's my Nintendo one at? Talking about something that's going to get me triggered. Okay. So, do we have Amurol left? Yeah, we just have a few Amurol left. That's Fleer. Give me one sec. And I don't see my crazy Nintendo one. Okay. Anyway, what you're not seeing, I do have a sealed Super Mario Brother Amurol. I've only seen one other on ever. That's not here. It must be in my God tier. It's in my God tier box. I have a God tier box. That's where it is. I'm not going to get it. Or should I get it? Guys, yeah, I'm going to get it. Okay, so I need a breather anyway. I really do. I really need a break. So, guys, this shit is so amazing. But let me go grab... I don't know why my phone's turning blue. The lights changed. Let's try to get it back. Nope. Not working. Guys, let me go get my Nintendo one. And let me truly take a breather. I'll be right back. Oh, it's in my silver pack. Yeah, it wasn't in my God tier. It was actually in my sealed pack. It was like in my best sealed pack box. Oh, fuck. I don't know why it turned blue. I'm trying to revive it. Let me try to fix whatchamacallit. I took photography in college, but I forget what you call it when it starts doing that. Might not can fix it. The reason I'm not showing this yet is because these are not Amurol. I want to finish the Amurol spill.